So on this slide, I have a video of a student walking through Matific, showing us how he uses it and telling us how much he loves it and why he loves it. And so if you're interested in using Matific in your classroom, or you're interested in learning more about Matific, I encourage you to watch this video because you can really see how awesome that this app is. Next, we're going to be talking about Stride Academy. So I actually was able to use Stride Academy in my practicum classroom this past semester. My students loved Stride Academy. They always got so excited when my practicum teacher said, pull out your iPads, get on Stride Academy. They just really enjoyed learning through this, and it was just like a game to them. So Stride Academy is not actually an app yet. It's just a website, but you can log in via iPad or computer, anything with internet access. But maybe they'll come up with an app pretty soon. So it's not just about math skills. It also improves reading skills, science skills, and language arts skills, which is good, but we are focusing on math for this presentation, so that's what I'm going to be talking about mostly. So it does provide students with your typical questions. What is 2 plus 2? 4. And it has multiple choice questions and you answer them. But also there are digital games in there that also practices these math skills. So students are having those questions that they're going to see on standardized tests, multiple choice questions, but they also have these game options that are fun. It is aligned to national and state standards, which we know is a great thing for teachers. It allows teachers to progress monitor and assign work based on student ability and need and skill. It provides instant feedback with assistance to students' problems that they may have. And so lots of times I would be walking around the room watching my students do Stride Academy, and they would get a problem wrong, and it would actually pull up like a demonstration on how to do it correctly. And also on this app for like our younger students that can't really read yet, can't really read the questions yet as well as some older students, it actually has a button that you can press that will read the question to you, which is so good for these younger students so that the teacher's not having to read every question to every student, and so that they actually know what the question's asking. It motivates students to work by using a reward system. It's designed for pre-K through high school students, so that's great because these students can use it their entire career in public school. And so now I have a video here. It just kind of provides an overview of Stride Academy, showing you how it works, what you can do on it. And if you're interested in learning more about Stride Academy or seeing it in action, I encourage you to go back and watch this video. Next, we're going to talk about IXL. Again, I used this in my practical classroom. Students loved it, thought it was so much fun. It includes all the subjects, math, science, language arts, social studies, and it has Spanish on it. And it's for pre-K through 12th grade, so again, they can use it through their entire school career. It's aligned to Common Core and state standards, which we know is important for teachers, just giving them peace of mind knowing that their students are learning and doing things that are valuable to their education. It allows teachers to continuously and instantaneously track student progress in real time. So you could be watching your students, watching how they're answering questions, how they're doing. And if you see that a student's not doing so well on this particular type of question or this particular skill, you could easily just go to them and help them on the spot immediately, rather than them having to watch it on the iPad, watch somebody else explain it to them, or listen to somebody else, or wait for days later for you to realize that they were doing it wrong, like you might on a worksheet. But you could actually go to them right then and help them, which is, again, so important for students to learn. It allows teachers to differentiate based on skill and ability, scaffold according to students' individual needs. And this app is free on the App Store, but schools or classrooms have to purchase memberships for their students. I wasn't actually able to find a price for that. You have to apply for a grant and apply for a quote. So I didn't have anything to do that with because I'm not actually out of school. But I'm sure that it's a great investment. It appeared to be a great investment last semester in my practical classroom. So this video is a teacher showing us and telling us how they use IXL in their classroom and about IXL's different features. So if you're interested in that, I encourage you to go watch it. So now I'm going to get into digital games, and I'm going to focus on one particular type of game and one particular type of program. It's called an Osmo. And if I were presenting in person, I actually have an Osmo, personal Osmo of mine, and I would have that set up, and you could see just how awesome this Osmo is. So I'm going to do my best to try to explain that via internet, but I mean, it would be so much better for you to just see it and do it in person. So an Osmo is a great interactive and digital game. So you have an iPad and you actually have a stand piece that you prop the iPad up in. It has a little mirror that you put over the iPad's front camera. And so you would lay down game pieces in front of the iPad, and this mirror would project the image of those game pieces into the iPad's camera. And so it involves technology with real world. And it's just so cool that you're combining the two things together. It can be used for math, puzzles, coding, business, spelling, and drawing. And I was actually able to use the Osmo for my math lesson this past semester, and my students absolutely loved it. The Osmo Genius Kit is $99, but it comes with the stand, the mirror piece, and several different of the game pieces for the Osmo. You can add on different packs to get more of the games and more of the game pieces, but just your standard Osmo kit is $99. Kind of expensive, but I think it's so worth it once you see what an Osmo can do. I was actually found mine at Walmart on clearance for $30, I think. So you never know, you might could find it for a lot cheaper than that. And I think that it's a great investment. So all of the Osmo apps itself are free, but like I said, you do need the Osmo and the game pieces in order to play. So the $99 or the $30, ever how much you find it for. Osmo is designed for students ages 6 to 12. And you do need to provide your own iPad. So this app is called Osmo Numbers, and this is the app that I actually used in my math lesson this past semester that my students absolutely loved and had so much fun with. So Osmo Numbers works to improve students' counting, adding, connecting number skills, and multiplying number skills. Once again, this app is free in the App Store, and students get to choose which one of the math operations that I mentioned before to work on. So we worked on adding in my math lesson. And so on the screen, it has, this app is themed with like fish and underwater. And so it has different numbers like in bubbles on the screen. So we'll say 4 is in a bubble. So you have to find two numbers that you can add together to equal the number in the bubble. So our number is 4. So a student would put a 2 and a 2 in front of the screen. And the Osmo would read that, and it would register that 2 and 2, yes, equals 4. So that bubble would pop. And so it's just super fun, super interactive for students. They love to see the bubbles pop, to see the tank fill with water, to receive the fish. It was just so much fun. Once again, it's just so great because it combines technology with real life and has manipulatives that you can use. It stimulates auditory and visual senses because you can hear the bubbles popping, you can see the brightly colored things, and different sounds coordinate with if you answered it correctly or incorrectly. So students just absolutely loved this app. And here I have a video of this student here showing us how Osmo Numbers works, playing Osmo Numbers. I really encourage you to go back and watch this video to just see how cool the Osmo is and how this app is so beneficial to math. And so Osmo has several different types of apps that we kind of talked about earlier. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Osmo Tangram. I didn't actually use this one in a lesson, but they had the pieces. I kind of played with it a little bit. It was super fun. So Osmo Tangram exercises students' spatial awareness and visual problem-solving skills, engaging students in a fun way with technology in real world. So again, you lay the Tangram pieces in front of the Osmo, and it registers it through the camera and the mirror somehow. And so you are trying to match the image that's on the screen with your actual Tangram pieces. So the iPad will have an image of, we'll say, a squirrel on the screen made out of Tangram pieces, and the students have to arrange their physical Tangram pieces into the same design as the image saw on the screen. Super great, super fun for students, again, combines technology with real life manipulatives and gets their senses going. Super fun. And this video, again, has a student describing how it works, showing us how it's done, showing us how fun it is. I encourage you to watch it and learn more about Osmo Tangram. Osmo Words. So this one is specifically designed for students' spelling abilities. So this app has different word packs already built into it, so students can just play with those on their own and practice just spelling in general, or teachers can actually create their own list of words. So if a teacher had a spelling word test on Friday, they can actually create those spelling words into this Osmo app for students to practice their spelling words for their test. So you have the little the letter pieces from the Osmo, and you'll have a picture pop up of whatever word you're trying to spell. Not the word itself, just a picture of it. And students use those letter pieces, lay them out to spell the word correctly. The Osmo registers it, reads it, and if they get it correct, move on to a new word. Incorrect, they continue to do that word until they can spell it correctly. Again, combines technology with actual physical manipulatives, which I just think is so cool and so fun. And again, have another video of how to play words for the Osmo. Student showing us, describing to us how Osmo Words works, showing us how fun it can be, how beneficial to education, to students that it can be. Osmo Newton. I haven't actually played with this one, I don't think, but I watched these videos. It seems like so much fun. So it combines creative problem solving skills with physics. And I was like, physics in preschool and second grade? But yes, actually, physics in preschool and second grade. So Osmo Newton has this ball and it has these targets, and you have to try to direct this ball to hit the targets in order to pass the level. So students can either draw on a piece of paper or a whiteboard in front of the Osmo to make lines to direct the ball to the targets, or they can actually use different objects in their environment. So you could use your finger to direct the balls to the target. I think it's just so cool. Again, just combining real life with technology. It's just the best of both worlds, in my opinion. And so it's just working on the problem solving skills of how can I make this ball hit this target in order to pass this level. So it just gets their creative juices rolling. So good, so fun. And this video, again, student describing how it works, how fun it is, how cool it is. Awesome. I encourage you to watch it. Osmo Masterpiece. I have actually played with this one, and it kind of plays with your mind for a minute. So it has this picture of this, it can be a picture, it can be an object, anything that you want to draw or copy on the screen, and you have a piece of paper or the Osmo whiteboard in front of the Osmo, and you're having to copy it. So you can see your hand moving on the screen. It kind of plays with my mind a little bit, but it's so much fun. So it works on students' drawing and penmanship skills. So they can choose an image from the Osmo image library of what they might want to draw or write, or they can actually take pictures of things with their iPad. So they could take a picture of their friend or anything in their physical environment and then draw that on the Osmo Masterpiece. I think that's so fun. Again, it combines digital technology with physical manipulatives. And so I have a video here of the student explaining how it works, how they love it, what you do. And you can kind of see in that video how it might play with your mind of looking at something and drawing it and watching your hand while doing it. It's so cool though. It takes a minute to get used to. So here I have my reflection of what I learned from doing this presentation. Again, I just kind of hit the high points of the different apps that I thought were so cool, and about how math apps and digital games are really great for individualization with individualized instruction, self-pacing, and instant feedback for teachers and students as well. I just think that it's really great really beneficial things in education. I can't wait to see where the future takes us with math apps and digital